Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to do a little bracelet making with the beads and components that the Bargain Bead Box sent this month, which is July 2020. So I've laid a few pieces out here. Now, not all of this is from the Bargain Bead Box. I did go into my own stash a bit for this, and the reason for that is these beautiful cube beads that came in the Bargain Bead Box. They're like a very light peach color. And I really wanted to find something peachy to go with them. And I had these shell beads in my stash. So I thought they looked really good. I thought it looked really good right here with these shell beads. And of course, these are the other beads from the Bargain Bead Box. Actually, everything is from the Bargain Bead Box except for these pink shell beads and the filigree and these end pieces and this flower that I'm going to use. So most of the beads are from the Bargain Bead Box. Okay, we're going to use the toggle from the Bargain Bead Box and the bead caps from the Bargain Bead Box. We're going to use a little E6000 glue and some tiger tail. I have I've got three, but I only need 2 strands of tiger tail here. Some wire guardians and crimps. The shell beads from the Bargain Bead Box, the cube beads. I think these were a coral type of bead. I have to look back and see. These spacers and the bead caps. So all this is from the Bargain Bead Box. And then we're going to make a pair of earrings. So I've set aside some head pins and eye pins, a couple of these shell beads, and some of the other beads from the Bargain Bead Box. We're going to do a bracelet and earring set today. I've got my 4 different types of pliers, my cutters, my round nose, and 2 chain nose pliers. I've got some bead bugs. Everybody's been asking where these bead bugs come from. I've seen them at Michael's and Joann's. Not sure that I've seen them at Hobby Lobby, but I don't think I've really looked there. But Michael's and Joann's definitely has them. And I've got some jump rings out here. The ones from the Bargain Bead Box are here somewhere. I'm not sure. They're still in my stack of stuff that I need to make, so I just pulled these out. Are the same color from my stash. I've got a little E6000 glue. Okay? So we're going to make a double strand necklace. Now, I wanted to use this filigree piece. This filigree piece is on my website. If anybody's interested in getting that, it is up there right now, and I have a bunch of them. So then I wanted to put something on the filigree piece that matched these beads. And I had this is just a little plastic, like a little resin bead cap. But I thought it was so cute and pretty. And I wanted to glue it right there in the middle, but I did not like the way it looked like that. But look at when you put a little white bead. Look at the difference it makes. It makes it so pretty. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So let's E6000 here. I've got it over to the side. It's right here. I use a little plastic baggie because it does run out of the tube pretty badly. And I use 2 toothpicks. One naked toothpick and 1 toothpick with a ball of beeswax on the end. And this is how I use E6000 at work and at home and wherever I may be. So I'm going to take my little toothpick that's naked, put the E6000 on it, and put it right here on this filigree piece. And I'm going to try to keep it from going through the holes there as much as I can, but I am going to spread it out a little down the arms and right around the middle there, just because I want the flower to stick really good. Then I'm going to set the flower right in the middle here, just like this. And this will glue down to my bead mat if I'm not careful. That's why I'm kind of being careful, not letting it go through the holes. And then I'm going to put a little dab of glue in the middle, and I'm going to set one of the pearl or shell beads right in the middle. And I want to make sure that the holes are not sticking straight up. So you want your holes to be kind of to the side so you can't see them. So here's what we have, and I'm going to set this aside and just let it dry on something, not my bead mat, because I don't want it to get glue on my bead mat. Then you can put your E6000 away because you're done with it for this project. We're not going to use it anymore for this. Okay? So now we have our strands over here, our bracelet strands. And I actually do need 4 pieces of tiger tail. So now I realize why I got these 3 out, but one of them big and long. So I don't know, I may just grab another piece. I'm always afraid of like not having enough on one end and it messing up, so I'm just going to grab another piece of it. This is just, let's see, that's not it. about to show you the wrong thing. This is just some tiger tail that came in this little, I don't even know where this came from, guys. It's not labeled. I've had a couple people ask me about tiger tail, like what thickness do you buy, what, and I know that you're supposed to use certain crimp beads on certain thicknesses. I have never ever done that, and I've never ever had a problem. Okay, so I just, if the crimp bead fits on it and is not too big, then I think you're good. You don't want a huge crimp bead on, you know, thinner tiger tail or whatever, but as long as it crimps down tight and is not just big and floating around, I don't think it's a problem. So, you know, probably somebody will yell at me for that, but like I said, I've never had a problem. Okay, so we're going to need 4 pieces of tiger tail, which I have here, and they're all different lengths just because I used some of my scraps, but that's what we're going to connect these onto the filigree piece and the ends with, and I can see right now I'm going to need more than 4 crimp beads, so I've got some more crimp beads out. Wire guardians I like to use, so I'm going to need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, and I only got 4, so let me grab some more wire guardians. I just like to use them because I think on bracelets, I think they make things more secure, because that's on your wrist and it's going to be floating around a lot and a lot of movement. And so, yeah, I just like to use wire guardians. And I know I don't have antique bronze wire guardians, or antique gold even would work. Don't have them. So we're using these dark ones. I don't think it will really matter. That's all I've got. So that's what I got to use. Okay, let me get this back out of the way. I'm trying to keep my space clean as I work, because that's not what I normally do. So I'm trying to. Okay, so now, the tricky part I find with these kind of bracelets is getting it to fit. Not too long, not too short, because it's hard when you go down through here to get the beads just exactly, you know, the right length on all 4. So I'm going to put my filigree piece back here in the middle. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect my pieces of tiger tail to the filigree piece. And that's going to make it easier for me to string things on and see how they line up together, okay? So I'm going to take my crimp bead, put it on here. I'm going to take my wire guardian and put it on. Just feed the wire through it. I can see right now I need to put my glasses on, so I better do that up front, because I clearly can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let me grab my glasses. Oh, I'm telling you, it gets bad. You know, you think one day you can see just fine, the next day it's all over. Okay. Now I'm going to wrap this around the wire guardian. Okay, pull it down tight. Now see, you've still got your crimp bead right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and gently put it through the filigree piece. I don't want to mess up my flower that's on there. And then I'm going to push the crimp up over both pieces. Now I like to take my wire guardians and take a little plier, and I like to squeeze them together just so that their edges meet. I just feel like it makes it look neater. And I think I am going to use my crimping pliers on this. I wasn't, but I think I've changed my mind. So if you have crimping pliers, I'm not good at crimping even with these pliers. So we're going to see how it turns out here. But crimping is not my thing. And I know, I've watched videos, believe me, I've done it all. It's just not my thing. Alright, so I'm going to put it in the little one that makes the dent, which is the very back one of this plier. And I want to make sure it's scooted up to my wire guardian. Okay. So there's the one that makes the dent on it. Made my dent. Now you're supposed to turn it sideways and crimp it down. Let's see if it works for me. Okay, well, that's what we got. So I hope that's good. I don't know. You crimping experts, tell me what you think. That's how I'm doing it. Alright, we're going to do the second thing, or the same thing, to our next strand. So I'm going to put my wire guardian on. Just like this. Pull it tight. I'm going to take my little crimp. You could put your crimp on first if you wanted. I just didn't. Beat it down. Okay, put this on my filigree. And if you can see, this filigree has 2 bigger loops and then 2 smaller loops. I'm putting the tiger tail on the 2 bigger loops. Okay. Down over both wires. Well, if you can get it over both wires in the first try when you're on camera, it's a miracle. Okay, there we go. So I'm trying to talk louder on my videos. Everybody keeps telling me I'm too quiet. Somebody else told me it's the device that you're on. So phones, I know, don't go as loud as PCs and tablets, but I'm still trying to talk louder so people on their phones can hear me. But it's kind of hard to sit and yell the whole time you're doing a video, which is what I feel like I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to get that in there straight. Mash it down. And turn this and put it in here and do it down like that. Okay, so there we have 2 ends, and I just messed my whole flower up. You saw that, didn't you? Okay, so here we have the 2 ends, and I'm going to go ahead and string on my 2, whatever you want to call these, strands. Lord Jesus, help me. Okay. Alright, so I think first I am going to use a little pink cube on this end. Now the strands I'm not going to make exactly the same, okay? And the reason for that is I want to stagger those big beads. Scoot him back to the middle. Alright, I think I will do a seashell next. And this is just totally up to how you want to do it. This is just how I'm doing it. And then on this side, I'm going to do a little pink cube as well. Let's get these down. Okay, and then this big bead. Get on there, big bead. My tiger tail is, maybe I don't know, I don't want to put it that way. Let me trim my tiger tail because it's a little crooked at the end and I think it's making it hard to get through that bead. Okay, get on there, big bead. There we go. Okay, so now the tricky part I always find in these bracelets is making these rows even. So as you can see, this one's definitely longer. I need to add a couple things to this one because of the size of that big bead. So I think I might do a shell bead next. And then we'll see where it measures to now. And it still needs something pretty substantial to go in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a bead cap, one of these beads, and another bead cap. Okay, now let's look. Okay, and it's fairly close, so I will add something small here, probably the cube bead. Okay. I always find this such a challenge to get these, and you want it to look right too, so you want it to be pretty, but you've got to get the right amount of beads going back and forth here. Okay, so I think I would like a shell bead on this side. And the other side I'll do exactly the same. So if once you figure out one side, you're good. So a shell bead there, and then one of the pink shell beads, because I'm trying to stagger them a little bit. Okay, so I need something to match this a little bit. Let's put some metal here. Okay. And I need something else pretty large here. So I may do another, let's see, let's do a shell bead, see how it looks. That's pretty good, and I could do a little cube there probably on the end of this one. So let me do the cube, and then we will measure and see how long it is. Okay, That's another thing I have trouble with. I always make my bracelets too long. Okay, so there we have that, and it still looks, okay, there we go. So let me grab my ruler, and let's see how many inches this is. So we're already looking at 3 inches. I have a 6.5-inch wrist. So by the time you get your toggle, our connector on the end here, and our toggle, it's going to be pretty long. Okay, so that right there, and if you adjust for your toggle, yeah, we're looking at like 4.5 inches here and 4.5 inches over here. Now this will draw up just a little bit. I know it's not going to be quite that long, so I think this might be pretty good. So let me bead bug these because I don't want them falling off on me. Okay, bead bug there, and a bead bug here. And we're going to do the other side. I'm going to turn it around like this so it's easier to work with. And I'm going to do the same thing with the crimps and the wire guardians. I think it's easier to put the crimp on first. Wire guardian. Okay. Slide it on here. Slide our crimp up over. I'll take this and bend him. I just like to bend him down to where he touches. I think it looks neater. You don't have to do it, but I like to. And then we'll go ahead and crimp. Crimping stresses me out. I think it does most people. Yeah, that one didn't seem to crimp down as well. Did I have the wire guardian in the way? Maybe. Okay. Crimping is stressful. It just is. Okay, then we'll do that. Alrighty. There's that one. One more. This one's kind of short. I hope it is long enough. It will be. Oops. Put our crimp on. Wire guardian. I'm going to keep this one kind of short because it's a short piece of wire. I don't want to be, I want to run out totally at the end, so we'll just keep it kind of short here. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, here we go. Get on there, dude. Don't be difficult. I know I should just get a bigger piece of wire, but I'm kind of stubborn and I'm determined now to make it work. I'm committed. Maybe. Maybe I'm not that committed. Good Lord, come on. It shouldn't be this hard. Okay, there we go. I know it's a short piece of wire, but good grief. Alright, and I've moved my flower all over. I would advise gluing your flower on last. That was kind of a stupid decision on my part to glue it on first. But I kind of wanted to see how it was going to look with everything before I committed myself to everything. So, alright, I'm going to bend those in. You can always scoot it back on there. The E6000 will dry. You could always add more if you needed to. Okay, so we've got him on here. Let me get this crimped. Crimping is a pain. I know it's necessary because it makes our jewelry stay together. But man, it's a pain, and this one just doesn't. Do I not have a crimp bead? Is this like a regular bead, or what is the what the heck is going on here? Well, maybe I got it. Okay. Now it's too far down on the wire guardian if I did. Let's see if I can scoot it up a little. Nope, it is crimped on there like, okay, we're just gonna go with it. I think it'll be okay. I don't think it's a little far down on there, but I don't think it's that far down. Okay. Man, that one crimped down like, okay. Alright, so here's what we have. So I'm going to bead this side. This one's gonna match this one. They're gonna be opposite. So I'm gonna start with a cube. See if I can speed this up a little. That took forever. Okay, a cube. This guy. Another cube. A shell bead. And a seashell bead. And I want to make sure they're facing the same way. So there we go. Alright, let's scoot these up over the wire. Okay, and I'm going to throw a bead bug on. Just so it stays where I need it to stay. Okay, there's that one. This one. We're going to do a cube. There's my other shell bead. There it is. Okay, shell bead facing this way. Sky. I think half the problem of people not being able to hear me is I mumble when I'm like talking and doing this. Like I have to really concentrate on talking loud. So I'm trying to, but it's hard when you're concentrating, you know, to think about talking loud too. Okay. So now we got our bead bugs on here. All right, so there it is. And we're going to measure. And I know it's like, oh, we're measuring again, but yeah, if I don't measure it, it'll be wrong every time. And I don't like those beadboard things. I've seen those. I don't like them. They just bug me. Okay, so we've got 5 inches. So I think by the time I get the connector on and the toggle on both ends, that it's going to be just about perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this little reducer connector, whatever you want to call it. And the same way, you just are going to take a crimp and your wire guardian. Same exact thing you did on the others. I'm going to put it back through here. My wire's a little bent there. It's not going to go back through. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to take our reducer and just slide it up on here. Now these are double-sided, so it doesn't really matter which side you put on which. It's going to look the same either way, so you don't have to worry about that, which is nice. Take it back through the crimp, and I like to go through the first couple of beads with the wire just to give it some room. Okay, the wire guardian on there, pull it down tight. I'm going to squeeze my wire guardian together. I'm going to pull it tight, and then I'm going to crimp it. Now this one, I'm just going to crimp flat because there's not a whole lot of room, and I'm not going to worry about that crimp. I'm just going to do it flat. Okay, so then we're going to turn this just like this, and we're going to do the other side. Same thing. Bead bug off. Let me trim this wire here real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, crimp bead on. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a crimp bead that looks like it's not too big and not too small. I have all my crimp beads mixed together. That comes from not knowing what you're doing when you first start making jewelry. And just throwing everything in together and then being like, oh, that was not smart. So now I don't put them all together, but in the beginning I did, and well, for a long time, even after the beginning, I still did. Okay, so there's our crimp bead on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put our wire guardian. I'm gonna trim this so I don't have to work with such a huge amount right here. Put the connector on, or reducer on. Okay. Put this back through the crimp bead. This is tedious work right here, but you can do it. Just put it back through the crimp bead, and if you can, go down a couple of beads. It's wanting to not come out. There we go. I'm going to grab it with my plier and pull. Make sure those are laying flat, just like that. And look, my flower's completely off now. Don't put your flower on first like I did. Okay, and then I'm going to smush this guy together, and I'm going to crimp it. Okay, so there is one end. Cut this off. Yeah, that's cute. I like the way that goes down into the point there. Okay, so we're going to do the other side real quick. If you can hear a bunch of noise in the next room, Chris is practicing. I don't know what he's doing. He usually is practicing his sax, but he's not playing sax right now. He's doing something else. Making all kinds of noise in there. Musical noise, but yeah, it's not saxophone, so I'm not sure what he's doing. He's got a studio in there, and he mixes and does all kinds of stuff. Alrighty. Slide this up on here. Let me get that down in there before I squeeze that together. Yeah, it sounds like he's playing synth or something in there. I don't know, but if you're hearing music behind me or in the other room, that's exactly what's going on. Chris is in there doing something. He's an awesome sax player. And if you're on my Facebook, a lot of times on Sundays I'll share, our church does a live Facebook feed, and I'll share it, and if you see a sax player, that is Chris. He's playing, not every service, but a lot of them. Okay, I'm trying to pull this out, this through, just so it doesn't, because it's, there we go. Tedious little bit here, but it will come together. Okay, let's get this in here. Alright, straighten it up. You don't want to pull this too tight. Don't pull it so tight that it's like buckling, okay? You want it to have just a tad bit of movement, but you don't want it to be moving around a whole lot. Okay, so there's that. Trim that. Okay, and we're going to do the last one. So there's this, and I thought I pulled out enough wire guardians. Did I not? I could swear I pulled out 8. I don't know, maybe not. Let me grab another one. I really did think that I did, though. Who knows? Who knows? It gets a little crazy sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna throw this on here. Go through. Trim it down just a bit. And put the other end of our reducer on. Okay. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Squeeze these together. And put this down through. couple of beads. I like it when it just goes through like one or two and then comes out. That makes it so much easier. Just like that. Thank you, little wire. You were very, very good. Okay. Pull it down where it's tight. Not too tight. You want it to have a bit of movement. Just not like, you don't want it sliding around too much, but you don't want it to be too tight either to where it won't flex a little bit. Okay, so there we go. And I think this is turning out really cute. Okay, so now we're going to put our toggle on. I'm going to grab a couple jump rings. Now, if you're well acquainted with toggles, you know that the bar needs a little bit of chain between it and the ring, okay? Because otherwise it's not going to go on there very well. So I'm just going to grab a couple links here, like 3 jump rings, and I'm going to hook them together and make a little bit of a chain there, just so the toggle is not sitting right next to the ring, because it will be really hard to get in there if it is. There we go. Okay, and get the cutters out of the way. I'm really bad. These Xuron pliers, I love them, really do. But if I could give Xuron one piece of advice, it would be, do not make them all the exact same color. It's just too hard to tell which plier you're picking up, and you might accidentally cut your jump ring or cut something. Did you see that? I just put that jump ring on there and it just fell right off. I don't even know why I put it on there because I'm going to have to open it anyway. But, yeah, I was like, dang, it's hard to tell, and I picked up the cutter several times and almost cut something that I didn't want to cut. So that would be my advice to Xuron, which I'm going to have to take some paint or something and color code the handles, but you know, you shouldn't really have to do that. They ought to make them different. Alright, so here's the toggle bar. And if you can see now, it'll be able to go through this ring without any problem. Okay, so I'm going to put the ring on down here. Just like this. And there it is. A beautiful, beautiful little bracelet. I think it's really pretty. There's what it looks like on, and actually it fits me pretty perfectly. And I can actually get it on because it's a toggle. I don't use toggles a lot, but I could actually remove one of the rings from the bar if I wanted. Make it a little tighter, because I like my bracelets kind of tight. But I think it turned out really cute. I like it really well. Yeah, so let's, real quick, I'm just going to throw a pair of earrings to match it. So here's what I've got. I laid out some of the same beads that we've been using. The bead caps. I don't have 2 more of these because I've got them set aside for another project. So we'll just use head pins and eye pins here. Okay, so I'm just going to make the seashell part a little dangle on the bottom. So I'll do an eye pin, and I think I'll do the cube first if it'll go on here. Yep, it did. Okay, then the bead caps and the bead, just like this, and then the shell bead at the top. Oh, don't tell me the shell beads are not going to go on this. Okay, they will. I just had to. Okay, so just like this. This is just a simple pair of earrings. Fold 90 degrees. Cut about 1/4 of an inch. Watch your eyes. And these are the Xuron round nose pliers. This is the actual first time I've used them right here. I actually think I'm going to cut this a little smaller because it looks like they can make some tiny loops. Man, they have teeny tiny little ends. But I thought they were so weird looking. I didn't think they looked like round nose pliers. But they are. And thank you so much to Amber, who told me that these were on sale. So I got those for $15, which is the lowest price that I have seen them at all. And I appreciate her telling me about that. So let me see if the seashell bead will stay. I thought maybe it wasn't going to, and I might have to put something underneath it, but it's good. I don't really want to put anything underneath it if I don't have to. But yeah, I am like totally sold now on Xeron pliers. I love them. They're awesome. And you don't really realize until you get good pliers what you've been missing out on. But yeah, I've been missing out for a long time now. But these are awesome. So here this is. Let's do one more just like it. This one. This guy, and this guy. And the Shelby on top. Okay. But yeah, I love these. These are the round nose pliers. See, I've picked up the wrong pair. It's just so easy. That's the only complaint I have. Is it is so easy to pick up the wrong pair of pliers because they all look exactly the same. Unless you look at the tops of them, and you know, when you're beading, you're not really paying a heck of a whole lot of attention to, which I guess you should. I don't know. I'm just going to color code mine somehow. I'm going to put something on the handles. But they are really good pliers, I gotta say. And those round nose ones can make some tiny holes. Okay, I'll put him on. Let's make sure I do it the same way. Cutters. So I hope you guys liked this bracelet and earrings. I've done a couple necklaces now from the Bargain Bead Box, and I have several more projects over there that I'm fixing to do. They're laid out to get to. It's just a matter of getting to them. Let me find an ear wire. I neglected to get ear wires out earlier. I'm sorry. I should have done that. As you can hear, everything falling apart as I'm trying to find a pair. Here we go. Fish hooks. Fish hooks are awesome. We love fish hooks. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to open this one on the bottom end where the cube is. I'm going to make that the bottom end and put this little dangle on. I just thought this would be cute to have a little movement, just have him dangling at the bottom. Close it up really good. And then we're just going to put the fish hook on. And what a cute little pair of earrings that are so quick and simple. And dangly. There they are. That's pretty cute. Okay, let's do this one. And one more. Alright guys, so this concludes our video. There are our earrings, and here is our bracelet. And I think they turned out really, really cute. So I am going to get off here now and go start pricing gemstone lots. I'm getting ready to upload my video that's got all of the gemstone. Well, I talk about some of the gemstone lots. I'm going to have to break it up into several videos, but I haven't priced them yet, which is proving to be really difficult for me. So I'm going to get off here, get on the computer, try to look up prices of gemstones, and get these lots priced so that we can have our Facebook event and get them up for sale. I'm really excited about it. There were some absolutely gorgeous, beautiful things in the gemstone lots. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So you guys have a great rest of the evening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.